Welcome back, football fans, to the World Cup Pulse. I am absolutely hyped for today's video. Today, we are stepping back from the pitch, putting the controller down, and letting the ultimate football engine take the wheel. That's right, we ran a complete, hands-off simulation of the 2026 FIFA World Cup using Football Manager 2026. I haven't touched a single tactic. I made 0 substitutions. I influenced absolutely nothing. We are letting the FM26 AI predict exactly how the biggest tournament in the world will unfold across North America. Daffordie 2. Will the heavyweights dominate, or are we about to witness the ultimate underdog story? Drop your predictions in the comments right now. Alright, it is time to look at the data. Let's dive straight into the simulation and find out. Here we go. Alright, let's jump straight into the first batch of results, looking at the final standings for Groups A, B, and C. Starting with Group A, and we already have massive drama. South Africa tops the group with 6 points. But look at that, they actually have a negative goal difference. Only in Football Manager do you see a team win the group while conceding more than they score. South Korea grabs second, and Mexico barely scrapes by into the knockout stages as a third-placed qualifier. Tough luck for Czechia, who packed their bags early. Moving down to Group B, Switzerland absolutely bossed it, finishing unbeaten with 7 points and a solid +5 goal difference. And how about Canada? They secure second place, going undefeated in the group stages. A huge result for them. Qatar and Bosnia and Herzegovina just couldn't keep up the pace and are officially eliminated. Then we drop into Group C, and honestly, business as usual for the favorites. Brazil went full Jogo Bonito, taking a perfect 9 points from 3 games and smashing in 9 goals. Scotland puts in a massive shift to grab second place with 6 points, making their fans proud, while Morocco also sneaks through in third. Unfortunately, it was a rough ride for Haiti, finishing at the bottom with 0 points. 3 groups down, and the AI engine is already throwing some wild curveballs. Let's keep the momentum going and check out the next block of groups. Moving on to the next set of standings, and guys, the simulation is officially going off the rails. Let's look at Group D. The Socceroos are absolutely flying. Australia takes a perfect 9 points to top the group, beating everyone in their path. The host nation, the USA, secures second place with 6 points and a healthy +4 goal difference, safely through to the knockouts. Paraguay grabs third, but look at the bottom. An absolute disaster class from Turkey, finishing with 0 points and conceding 10 goals. A tournament to forget for them. Now, brace yourselves for Group E, because we have our first massive upset. Ecuador wins the group with 7 points, and Ivory Coast takes second, scoring 8 goals and going undefeated. But look who is sitting down in third. Germany, the 4-time champions, barely scrape by, only managing 4 points in a group they were expected to dominate. 4-time champions barely scrape dollars. Bekoing a Heigerleasement Luskated Pack Night. So I haven't. Agit, Anatuing to Terence Jurdish. Curaçao fought hard but leaves with 0 points. Wrapping up this block with Group F, Sweden was completely untouchable here. 3 wins, 9 goals scored, and a perfect 9 points to secure the top spot. The Netherlands had a really shaky group stage, finishing with 4 points and a flat 0 goal difference, but they just edge out Japan for second place. Japan also takes 4 points and qualifies in third, while Tunisia bows out at the bottom. The heavyweights are definitely feeling the pressure in FM26. Let's see what the final groups have in store for us. Alright, the drama continues. Let's dive right into Groups G, H, and I and see who survived the cut. Starting with Group G, Belgium does the business, taking the top spot with 7 points and remaining undefeated. But you have to give massive credit to Egypt. They finish right behind in second place with 6 points, actually outscoring Belgium by netting 7 goals. Iran also manages to navigate the group, taking third place with 4 points, while New Zealand unfortunately gets outclassed, conceding 10 goals and finishing with 0 points. Over in Group H, it is a classic Spanish masterclass. Spain tops the group comfortably with 7 points and a +6 goal difference. Uruguay does just enough to lock in second place with 4 points, while Saudi Arabia sneaks into that third-place qualification spot with a crucial 3 points. Cape Verde put up a fight and also got 3 points, but lose out on goal difference. And now, we have to talk about Group I. Just look at France. Absolutely terrifying. A perfect 9 points, but more importantly, they smashed in 12 goals in just 3 games. The FM26 engine has turned them into an absolute juggernaut. Norway secures second place with 6 points, comfortably going through. Stimmiddle beepri, your hunperier wetri vort stitri menures can perli de bilsti. France is looking like an unstoppable force right now. Will anyone be able to slow them down in the knockouts? Let's check out the final set of groups. We are down to the final 3 groups, and the simulation is still delivering massive shocks. Let's check out groups J, K, and L. Starting with Group J, and we have to talk about Austria. They absolutely locked it down, finishing unbeaten with 5 points and actually beating the mighty Argentina to the top of the group on goal difference. Argentina still safely goes through in second place with 5 points, but they definitely didn't look like their usual dominant selves. Algeria and Jordan fought hard, but both crash out with 2 points each. Moving over to Group K, Portugal means absolute business in this tournament. They cruise to the top spot with 7 points, banging in 8 goals along the way. Colombia stays solid and unbeaten, taking second place with 5 points to secure their spot in the knockouts. Uzbekistan manages a win to finish third with 3 points, while DR Congo heads home with just a single point. And finally, Group L, remember how terrifying France looked? Well, England just sent a massive reply. 3 wins, 9 points, and they matched France by scoring an incredible 12 goals in the group stage. The 3 Lions are roaring in FM26. Ghana takes second place with 4 points to advance, but look at third place. Croatia, a team famous for deep World Cup runs, is officially eliminated with just 2 points. Panama finishes at the bottom with 1 point. The group stages are officially wrapped up. Some massive heavyweights are heading home early, and a few dark horses are looking incredibly dangerous. Now, it is time for the knockout stages. The group stages were just the warm-up, because the second round knockouts just delivered absolute, unadulterated chaos. Grab your popcorn, because these brackets are insane. First up, we have to talk about the greatest match in Football Manager history, the Netherlands versus Brazil, a 5-5 thriller. Yes, 10 goals in normal time, and the Dutch edge out the Celesso on penalties. Absolute Jogo Bonito madness. Meanwhile, France barely survives Morocco with a 1-0 win, and Ivory Coast sends Norway packing by the same scoreline. As for the host nations, Canada gets a massive 2-1 win over South Korea, and Mexico edges out Ecuador 2-1 to advance. But the biggest heartbreak, the USA is officially out, losing 2-1 to an incredibly disciplined Egypt side. Huge disappointment for the home fans. Looking at the other heavyweights, Germany bounced back from a shaky group stage to eliminate South Africa 1-0. England keeps up their terrifying form, absolutely demolishing Saudi Arabia 4-0. Portugal also puts on a clinic, crushing Paraguay 4-1. And in another massive heavyweight clash, Spain and Argentina tie 2, but Argentina takes the win on penalties, sending Spain home early. We also had some massive tournament surprises. Iran pull off a stunning 2-1 victory against Switzerland. Japan stops the high-flying Australians with a hard-fought 3-2 win, and Ghana knocks out Colombia 2-1. To round it all off, Sweden beats Scotland 3-2 in extra time, and Belgium takes down Senegal 2-1. The field is narrowing down, the tension is through the roof, and the round of 16 is locked in. Who is taking it all the way? Welcome to the round of 16. If you thought the last round was crazy, you are not ready for what the FM26 engine just simulated here. Let's start with the big boys. France is still looking absolutely terrifying. They completely dismantled Mexico 4-0. Meanwhile, Portugal matched that exact energy, cruising past Iran with their own 4-0 demolition job. It seems like nobody can stop these 2 European giants. But the host nation's dream is officially over. Canada put up a great fight, but ultimately fell 3-1 to a very solid Sweden side. And the Netherlands kept things incredibly tight, edging out Ivory Coast 1-0 to book their ticket to the quarters. Now, we need to talk about the match of the round, Germany versus England. Are you kidding me? A 4-4 draw after normal and extra time. 8 goals in an absolute slugfest. And the Three Lions finally conquer their penalty shootout demons, sending Germany home. What a classic. But the drama didn't stop there. We had 3 matches go to extra time. Argentina was pushed to the absolute limit by Ghana, but finally broke through to win 2-0 in extra time. And look at these massive upsets. Japan pulls off an anime-level comeback, beating the golden generation of Belgium 4-3 in an extra-time thriller. And Egypt's Cinderella story continues. Mo Salah and the boys take down Uruguay 3-2, also in extra time, to reach the quarterfinals. The bracket is looking wild right now. The quarterfinals are officially set. Drop a like if your team is still alive. And let's move on to the next round. We have reached the quarterfinals, and honestly, I am lost for words. If you predicted this Final Four, you need to go buy a lottery ticket right now. Let's start with the absolute biggest shock of the entire tournament. France, the team that scored 12 goals in the groups and crushed Mexico, has been eliminated. Sweden pulls off a defensive masterclass, beating the French 2-1. Absolutely unbelievable scenes in the FM engine. And if you thought that was crazy, look at Japan. After conquering Belgium, they just took down Lionel Messi and Argentina with a stunning 1-0 victory. Japan is officially in the World Cup semi-finals. The tactical discipline of this virtual squad is just off the charts. Meanwhile, England's momentum is showing no signs of slowing down. Coming off that insane penalty shootout against Germany, the Three Lions comfortably dispatched the Netherlands 3-1. It is starting to look like it might actually be coming home. Finally, we have to say goodbye to the tournament's favorite underdog. Egypt's incredible run comes to an end as Portugal shows no mercy, dominating them 3-0. Portugal has been quietly destroying everyone in their path and looks absolutely lethal. So here we are, folks. The semi-finals are set. Sweden, Japan, England, and Portugal. Only 2 can make it to the grand finale. Who are you backing? Let me know in the comments. This is it, people. The semi-finals. Only 4 teams remained, fighting for the ultimate prize in our Football Manager 2026 simulation. And the results are absolutely mind-blowing. Let's start with the first match. Sweden taking on Japan. Sweden had just knocked out France, so they were heavy favorites coming into this. But guys, the miracle actually continues. Japan pulls off another tactical masterclass, securing a 1-0 victory. Think about this run. They have beaten Belgium, they have beaten Argentina, and now they have taken down Sweden. Japan is going to the World Cup final. This is genuinely the greatest underdog story the FM engine has ever produced. And then, we look at the other side of the bracket, England versus Portugal. Everyone expected a tight, tense, tactical battle between 2 European heavyweights. But England had other plans. The Three Lions went absolutely feral, destroying Portugal 4-1. They are scoring for fun right now, and their attack looks completely unstoppable. Is it actually coming home this time? So, the stage is officially set for the grand finale. England, the unstoppable offensive juggernaut, taking on Japan, the ultimate giant killers. Who is going to lift the trophy? Drop your final predictions in the comments right now, and brace yourselves for the final match. Before we get to the main event, we have to settle the battle for the bronze medal. The third-place playoff is always a weird mix of heartbreak and pride, and this matchup was absolutely brilliant. We had Sweden taking on Portugal. Both teams suffered devastating, emotional losses in the semi-finals, but they had one last chance to give their fans something to cheer about. And guys, Sweden has done it again. They pull off a fantastic 2-1 victory over a very dangerous Portuguese side. Seriously, take a second to think about the run Sweden had in this simulation. They completely dominated their group, they knocked out France, and now they take home the bronze medal against Portugal. What an unbelievable tournament for the Swedes. On the other side, it is absolute heartbreak for Portugal. After looking like an unstoppable attacking force for most of the knockout stages, they lose 2 games in a row and go home completely empty-handed. A tough pill to swallow for them. But all right, enough about third place. The moment you have all been waiting for is finally here. The ultimate showdown. It is time for the grand final. This is it. The moment we have all been waiting for. the grand final of the 2026 World Cup. England, chasing history and trying to finally bring it home, going up against Japan, the ultimate giant killers of this simulation. And guys, I am completely speechless. Look at this screen. Japan has done it. They beat England 3-1. The FM26 engine has just scripted the greatest underdog story in the history of football. Just think about the path they took. They knocked out Belgium, they eliminated Messi and Argentina, they sent Sweden packing, and now, on the biggest stage of them all, they absolutely dismantle a terrifying England side. England's dream of bringing it home is shattered once again. But you have to just stand up and applaud Japan. They are your 2026 Virtual World Cup champions. Tactical brilliance, incredible stamina, and pure heart all the way to the trophy. What an absolutely insane tournament. Did anyone actually predict this? Let me know down in the comments if you saw this coming, because I definitely did not. If you enjoyed this wild football manager simulation, smash that like button, subscribe to the World Cup Pulse, and let me know which tournament we should simulate next. Until then, take care, and I will see you in the next one. Before we completely log off and close down the FM26 engine, we have to dive into the official tournament statistics. The data here actually explains exactly how this crazy World Cup played out. Let's start with England. Looking at these numbers, it is even more heartbreaking for their fans. They scored a massive 28 goals in the tournament. Harry Kane takes home the Golden Boot with 9 goals from 31 shots, and Bukayo Saka was the absolute player of the tournament. An incredible 8.17 average rating and 30 key passes. They were statistically an unstoppable force, right up until the final. But then, look at Japan's numbers. How did they win the World Cup? The stats tell the whole story. They lead the tournament with 133 tackles won and 15 yellow cards. They literally fought, scraped, and defended like absolute warriors for every single minute on the pitch. Yuto Nagatomo even topped the player charts with 28 tackles won on his own. We also have to give a massive shout out to Portugal. They completely dominated the ball with 63% average possession, racked up 143 shots, and Diogo Costa took home the Golden Glove with 4 clean sheets. And a few crazy individual stats to wrap things up. Kylian Mbappé managed to grab 3 Player of the Match awards despite France getting knocked out in the quarters. Anthony Elanga was a dribbling machine for Sweden with 59 successful dribbles, and Andrew Robertson somehow grabbed 5 assists. The data never lies, folks. Tactical discipline and rock-solid defense just beat all-out attacking football on the biggest stage. And that brings us to the end of our very first Football Manager 2026 World Cup simulation. What an absolute roller coaster of a tournament. From France and Argentina crashing out early to Japan lifting the ultimate prize. If you enjoyed watching this crazy journey unfold as much as I enjoyed simulating it, please do me a massive favor and smash that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more of this content. And speaking of more content, I want to hear directly from you guys in the comments. Did you enjoy this hands-off simulation format? How many more of these series should we do on the channel? Should we simulate a specific league, the Champions League, or maybe rebuild a fallen giant? Drop your ideas and let me know exactly what you want to see next. Make sure you are subscribed to the World Cup Pulse and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next simulation.